This is a fun segment. Finally, a superhero segment that I won't be bored through. Let's go to this article here. Russell, take this away. This is an article in Newsweek.
A Disney story I can justify.
A Disney story that I won't get anxious sitting through.
Yeah. And that is not easy, man. Do you know how many of these dork stories I would bring in? But I have to basically run through my head how Keaton's going to react. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, that means, yeah, just don't even pitch that. Captain America 4 delay raises questions about movies' Israeli superhero. Now, look, I'm a dork. I always say on the like comic book geek family tree, I'm like a branch, right? But I'm not quite in the main. So I didn't even know about this. Like, I'm not tuned in enough to this to have known
Here she is.
In their wisdom, they decided to put a fucking Israeli superhero in a movie that already has challenges, in my opinion. All right, so this character is Sabra. I remember the character. I was a big Hulk fan at the time that she first appeared. So I probably read the issue she was in, that she first appeared in. So I
like her sidekicks, Tahini and Baba Ganoush. They really make the character.
Well, those characters are a little more complex.
Yeah.
Right? Because Baba Ganoush was actually working for the other side, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he had like Arabic roots.
Yeah, he was a mole.
He was a mole. So Disney announced on Thursday that several of its projects are being delayed, reportedly due to the recently ended actor strike. That's not why. And some fans believe this might mean one superhero may not make the cut. Among the delayed projects is Captain America Brave New World. Originally titled, I mean, they're just really trying to pack asses in there. Captain America New World.
Brave New World.
It's like they just brainstormed, okay, so what's really going to get Tucker Carlson going? You know, what's really going to get Paul Joseph Watson to feature this movie in like 5 different segments? The 4th film in the franchise is also the first to feature Anthony Mackie as the titular superhero, replacing Chris Evans. The movie was supposed to hit theaters on July 26, 2024, but has now been pushed back to February 14th, 2025. Although fellow Marvel movies Deadpool 3 and Thunderbolts have also been rescheduled, rumors that Brave New World is undergoing sizable reshoots due to negative test screenings have begun to circle online. Now some fans are wondering if Disney still plans to include the Israeli superhero Sabra to be played, and her arch nemesis Tribe, to be played by Israeli actress Shira Haas in the film, and whether the reshoots are to remove the character due to the recent conflict between Israel and Hamas. I'm going to answer that in one word: yes. First appearing in the Incredible Hulk comic book series in 1980, Sabra is a mutant with super strength and speed who works for Mossad, the real-life Israeli Secret Service agency.
Oh, my God.
You can't make this shit up.
Jesus Christ.
Her real name is Ruth Bat Saraf, while her superhero title translates to a person born in Israel whose products are subject to boycott. Early iterations of Sabra, one of the lesser-known Marvel characters, you could say that again, show her wearing a blue and white costume with a Star of David on the chest. The character has previously been criticized for stereotyping Israeli people, while her narrative has been accused of oversimplifying the conflict between Israelis and Palestinians. Sabra also regularly fought comic characters that portrayed offensive Arabic stereotypes, such as Arabian Knight, who controlled a magic carpet, wore a turban, and brandished a scimitar.
Could you imagine if they shot the movie and with that character? I mean,
they should bring in Arabian
Jesus
Knight.
Christ.
Okay.
So here's the original comic book that the character first appeared in. It was an Incredible Hulk strip. See, back what they used to do in the old comic books is when they would put a new character out, they would very often put a new character in a comic book with an already established character, so they didn't have to go out on a limb with an all-new character. And then if people liked it, they would give them their own franchises.
Often.
Right.
And this was also very often, and probably still, I don't know. They like to do this. They like to create a superhero that was like the national superhero of a country. Like there's a British superhero in the Marvel universe. I can't remember the name of it. It was like tied to the Arthurian legend or something. But as I dug in for this, like I said, I remember the character, and I probably read this issue when I was 10 when it came out. But some panels from it have surfaced, and it was more nuanced than you would expect. So the in fighting the Hulk, a Palestinian boy is killed in their fight, and this is not shown here. But Hulk, with his usual geopolitical perspective, says something to the effect of, "Boy killed because no agree to share land. Boy then not die," basically, and then he jumps away. For an instant, Sabra prepares to give chase. She is, after all, an Israeli super agent, a soldier, a weapon of war. But she is also a woman, capable of feeling, capable of caring. I mean, I've known some women. All right. It has taken the Hulk to make her see this dead Arab boy as a human being. Well, see, Keaton, we have our solution. We need to send the Hulk to Gaza.
Yeah, the Hulk, yeah.
It has taken, or maybe we can send Mark Ruffalo. He's not working. It has taken a monster to awaken her own sense of humanity. So I got to say, because I've often mentioned that back when I was a child, there was absolutely no diversity of opinion on Israel allowed. There was no subtlety allowed. So I was a little surprised when I dug that up. I thought it was going to be a horrific pro-Zionist thing, but it actually had a little more nuance than you would have expected for the era. But you just have to wonder, what the fuck was Marvel thinking even before this happened, putting that character in this movie? It's already a movie. This is what really I get off these projects. They're just constantly trying to give audiences something that nobody asked for, that nobody wanted. Nobody wants a Captain America that's not Captain America. Captain America is that character, Steve Rogers from World War II. Nobody wants somebody else dressed as Captain America playing Captain America who's not actually that character with that backstory. Like, who's asking for that? Who wanted that? And then you're going to pair the character with a fucking Mossad agent? Like, where do they come up with these ideas? What, like, who sat in a brainstorming meeting? Who greenlit that? Like, who sat there and said, "Yeah, no, that sounds like a great idea. We'll call it New World Order."
Brave New World.
No, originally it was New World Order.
New World Order.
It was originally New World Order. We're gonna call it, and then they changed it because somebody there realized that was a bad idea. So now, of course, this war is broken out. Their stock is tanking. Their box office is tanking. The Marvels looks like it's going to be the worst opening this weekend of an MCU movie ever. And these are the projects they have coming up. So there's absolutely no way that they delayed this like that because of the actor strike. They're probably reshooting half of this fucking movie because supposedly 99% of the movie was done. Because if they were going to open it in July, the movie would be mostly in the can. You're not still shooting at that point.
Well, that's the thing. And the other thing is, if this is going to come out in July, don't forget, by July...
It was.
Right, but it was. By July, everybody is going to be on the same page about what a horrific atrocity we allowed to unfold here. Mark my words. Because, look, we were out in front on Ukraine 2 years ago. Right, we were the Putin people. What do you mean we shouldn't fund Ukraine? Well, we said that from day one. Of course, you shouldn't fund Ukraine. Now, most Americans think we shouldn't be funding Ukraine. So
Right.
by this time, by what, July of next year, everybody's going to be on board, knowing what
mean,
a horrific thing we allowed to unfold here. And everybody who supported it is going to have a lot to answer for. And so summertime next year is not going to be a good time to release a movie with a Mossad agent superhero character. I can tell you that. It's already not. But in
I was going to say, you could open it.
Worse.
You could open it this weekend. And
Right.
it was not, this is what I'm, even before this, it was a bad idea. That's why I'm amazed. All right, so I'm going to go. I already made a Disney prediction. I think we're almost at the end of the year. I will have been proven right when we go back and review our predictions about what I said would happen with Disney this year. My next prediction, they're going to cancel most of these movies. Most of these movies are never going to get released. I would give it at least a 50-50 chance that this movie never actually goes into theaters, that they just cut their losses and say, fuck it.
Please clap.